Oh yeah, on Netflix, or is that Blockbuster?
It's Blockbuster. I'm saying I want to see a family video
Oh
one.
yeah, they
Just
got in
like
just in
not
time
original at all.
to beat out Blockbuster, but then Netflix just shut them down.
Yeah, all the all the family videos I've seen have now been turned into CBD stores.
Uh,
So that would be a great twist in the duck, you know?
I mean, CBD and vape stores are the new wave. You know,
Yeah, it's weird. It is weird.
You guys
Everybody
ready?
vaping. Oh yeah. Let's get to it.
Welcome everybody to season 2, episode 2 of Pro
Technically
Football
one for the
Focus.
fans.
I'm getting there, Jake. So shut your mouth, okay?
Hey, whoa! I didn't know this is a Hunter Tatership.
Yeah, it's a Hunter's sleepy ship, so it's whatever I want it to be. Welcome to episode 2, season 2 of Pro Football Focus in the off season. I'm Hunter. With me, as always, is Jake and Austin.
howdy.
Yeah, as Jake alluded to so rudely previously, probably won't see episode 1 of this because we had some issues. Tried to do some cool stuff on the recording end and messed it all up. But at the end of the day, it was for you guys. So thank us for it. But yeah, we're gonna talk about some stuff in the off season. So you want to just kick this off?
Yeah, I guess we'll start it off with the Desean Watson situation. And this is it's pretty spicy. Yesterday the Houston Police Department formally opened the investigation, and Watson is facing 21 civil lawsuits alleging indecent conduct and sexual assault during massage sessions, with the most recent filings coming Tuesday. Watson's attorney responded, "We'll welcome this long overdue development. Now we will learn the identity of at least one accuser." So I think it's all been kind of like everyone thinks it's fake news up to this point. And basically the attorney that's brought forth all this stuff lives in the same neighborhood as the Texans owner. So everyone immediately thinks it's like a big sham to shoot down Deshaun Watson and not like shoot his trade value down so that the Texans can keep him. But yeah, it's getting pretty spicy. There has also been a press release that Watson's attorney released, and it says that there's 18 people who support Watson who were massage therapists, said he didn't do anything. Now, are they just older, less attractive women? Probably. But I don't know.
Or maybe it's in the reverse.
Well, Austin,
He's
you kind
down
of
with the older ladies.
sound like you're victim shaming right now, and I don't know if I'm cool with that.
I mean, I'll accuse her shame as well, or Deshaun Watson shame.
Yeah,
And I'll cover the court shaming.
I think if Deshaun Watson did all this stuff, it's pretty sick and disgusting. But I don't think he did. I think Deshaun Watson is super innocent because high character guy, you know? Yeah.
So you're saying he doesn't have crazed sexual impulses?
No, I don't think so. Like, I've read pretty heavily into the reports, and they're just saying that, like, mid massage, he'll just pull his penis out and ejaculate on them. And, like, I don't know. No hands ejacking is pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, now if that's because I didn't know that. I think there should be a separate investigation on. Well, obviously, if this is true, but if it is, like, they need to do some like scientific studies. Just be able to flip over and just go like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
That's impressive.
That's
very
talking
impressive.
about this all.
The reports are that Deshaun will eventually like pull his towel off and then like start kind of slapping his wiener around, and they're like, "Hey, stop!" And he's like, "Oh, sorry," and then eventually he'll just bust all over.
You know what I would love is just to see the court footage where the lawyer comes up. He's like, "No, Mr. Watson, would you mind coming right now. And he's like, what? Just go ahead. Just come for me right now. He's like, I can't. Case closed. And just walks away.
Yeah.
It's like throwing something at somebody who's faking to be blind and they catch it.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be the equivalent of the OJ glove doesn't fit case closed.
Because I don't
the
know.
dick doesn't come. Can't acquit.
In that scenario, you'd have to like one of the lady judges would have to be over there like kind of massaging Desean.
Yeah.
And then the judge is like, okay, Desean, now cut.
He's rubbing his shoulders. He's just like,
no,
Your Honor, that's a soft penis. Is it not? Is that not soft?
But now I would like to bring you guys to Exhibit A that the opposing attorney might use, and that is the first part of our Twitterverse here. And this tweet says, Desean Watson had Mia Khalifa over at his house playing basketball in a maid outfit. He really might be horny beyond repair. Now, I'm just saying, Desean Watson might be a dirty dog.
So what?
I mean,
why is that a dirty dog? If he had
now here's
come over,
here's my thing. That is Mia Khalifa. Like that's kind of her area.
Yeah,
is the sexuals. That would be like accusing somebody of like, oh, like you smoked weed with a priest. Look, here's a video of you with Snoop Dogg. Like that's just what they kind of do, you know?
Yeah. And now,
if this was a maid dressed as Mia Khalifa, that's a different story.
Yeah,
it's true. Now, I would like to point out that Jimmy G also went on a date with a porn star. So I'd like to see what kind of dirty news comes out about him.
Yeah, Jimmy G is probably a super freak, but I don't think, and listen, okay, massage parlors have been an institution in this country for years and years and years, okay?
Yeah.
So unless Desean is ejacking on people who don't want to be ejacked on or aren't like in a social contract to be ejacked on, I don't have a problem with it.
So you're saying there's nothing wrong with giving yourself the happy ending at the end as long as the massage therapist is fine with it?
No, I'm saying it like if it was a standard massage situation, then no, not cool. But if he is at a place where
a jock shop,
one of those ones that's open till 3, 4, 5 in the morning.
Yes, if he's at one of those places and he like, you know, shelled out an extra 20 or something, then I don't see the issue.
So you're saying if he's at a location that is available on rubmaps.org, that he is he's
like if you could find a review for any of these 21 civil suits, any one of these ladies who has a review on rubmaps, then yeah, I think you have to throw it out.
That could be a case breaker.
Have you cross-referenced rubmaps?
This call the CEO of rubmaps
5-star reviews, and she's obviously a serial repeater. Oh man.
Desean Watson comes in just playing 2 Live Crew. He's like, I'm ready. Let's go.
No, that does suck for Desean, though. I hope he could be a smart move by the Texans, though.
Yeah. I mean, I hope he didn't do it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, of course. That kind of goes for any situation of did he do it? I typically hope they didn't do it.
Yeah, hope they
did. Off the bat, typically.
Again, moral of the story, if he did and it was not wanted, bad.
Yeah.
But if he was at, it's fine.
Why does that picture of him with Mia Khalifa look like he's in the damn Highlands? Like
it really does. That's just Desean Watson's house in Houston.
Yeah.
But before we go to the next Twitterverse thing, I want to talk about something that's not in here. I believe Dan Orlovsky is currently taking some heat right now because he made an appearance on the Pat McAfee show where he was going over quarterbacks. And he said his sources have told him that Justin Fields is a last one there, first one out kind of guy. And that's why he's like going down draft boards. But people are saying that Dan Orlovsky is now a racist because he said that.
Ooh.
I was listening
Wow.
to The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker on Fox Sports Radio the other day, and they were taking calls and kind of just supporting this narrative that Dan Orlovsky is a racist because he said that Justin Fields has poor work ethic, but it's not like Dan Orlovsky was like, hey, Justin Fields is black, so he has poor work ethic. He said,
Yeah.
one of my sources said he's slipping down draft boards because he has poor work ethic. So I don't think Dan Orlovsky's a racist. I think he's just saying
unless
what
the
his
source was the
said.
KKK, Depends on who that source was.
I don't think he's racist for that saying that either, because you do wonder why Justin Fields slips down on everyone's board for no reason, and it's not Dan Orlovsky's board. It's literally every mock draft he's slipped down.
Like
He's
he's the
fast as
voice of the
hell.
NFL.
a
Yeah,
GM or somebody like said that to Dan Orlovsky,
Yeah,
and he was just reporting what his people said.
yeah,
Yeah, and
But-
I mean, and also to that point, like, if other teams, because I mean, if he shows no interest, he's like, oh well, fuck this. Like, I'm sure other teams would be like even more like, oh well, we're gonna get him now, like easy. If there wasn't some type of, discrepancy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
consider myself like a third one there, fifth one out.
yeah. I mean,
Middle
just
of the
don't be
pack.
the last guy,
Not
Unless you're taking
unless
unless you're cleaning up,
and you don't want to overwork yourself and overthink everything either. You want to get in there, get a 30-minute workout, get home.
Yeah.
Go
Maybe he's just preserving.
hit up a couple massage parlors, just relax,
But so basically, at the end of the day, I just wanted to say I don't think Dan Orlovsky is a racist, and
Yeah.
I think he was just maybe spreading some draft information that didn't necessarily have to do anything with somebody's skin color.
Yeah, so BFF pro Dan Orlovsky cast.
As a person, I don't
At
really like
least.
his takes.
Yeah. Well, I like
At
his
least
Josh
neutral.
Allen takes because he's been a Josh Allen ride or die guy for a while.
Well, we all know what's going to happen with Josh Allen this season.
Fake news. All right. Well, what's going on here with
Kids
these
getting murdered.
Jacksonville sacrificing kids to appease the sun god?
Yeah, for all of our listeners on Apple Music or Spotify or SoundCloud, this is a
Tubi.
picture from back in the 90s, I think, or possibly early 2000s, of a small kid getting his head stuck in the Jacksonville Jaguars statue outside of the stadium.
Hey,
They actually had to replace those teeth so people don't get their head stuck in there anymore.
Wow.
But yeah, the caption reads, wait until Trevor finds out what people of Jacksonville do to children in order to appease the sun god. And it's just a funny little pic.
Now that if that tooth is as long as the tooth on the right is,
You would think that kid is dead.
yeah, it's definitely in his brain. Oh my god.
I don't think that happened though. So.
You think that's a fake picture or what? Or you think that tooth was shorter?
No, I mean, maybe they had already like cut off the tooth or something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's
Yeah.
just a misleading picture.
Yeah, but no, it definitely looks like he should be dead.
Interesting.
But how would he have gotten his head in there?
Yeah. I mean, don't
And
mess
that-
around with statues.
The thing at the bottom where Trevor Lawrence looks like he's quoting it and saying the line has to be drawn somewhere. That's not about that at all. He tweeted that about the Lil Nas X Satan shoes because Trevor's a big Jesus guy.
Yeah. Jake,
What do you think is going to pose a problem in the season?
Being a
You think he's gonna
Jesus guy?
Yeah.
No, I think some of the most successful people in the NFL have been Jesus guys.
Yeah. Big Ben last season. Tim Tebow that one season.
Pretty sure every Super Bowl Tom Brady definitely says it's all for God or whatever.
No, Tom doesn't worship God.
I think he does.
Well, I mean, he's probably referring to himself.
We'll look into it. I don't think he believes in a God.
Eli
I do
Manning
find-
definitely said that.
I know
you
Russell
have to.
Wilson's a God guy,
Yeah.
and he's
And look
good.
what's
Yeah.
happening. Discrepancies.
Tim Tebow.
I will
big
say
God guy.
the beginning of this next section is interesting because, talking about draft freaks.
yeah.
we had thought that Kyle Pitts was possibly small just because of the proportions. We said that he looked more like a receiver, and then turned out he's just extra large. This is on the episode that the fans didn't see.
I don't think we thought he was small, but I think we said
we said he had to beef up.
He's got the skill set of a wide receiver.
Well, he still is going to have to beef up in the NFL.
He did weigh in at 245. I'd say put on about 15 pounds.
Yeah.
And you'll be good. That's easy.
15 pounds of fat. Just eat some ho-hos and Big Macs.
Yeah.
Just to preface this draft freak section, everybody's a freak this year. Everybody's running like under 4.5.
Yeah.
So unless you're running like a 4.15 or something, like you're not impressive anymore.
But now
that is
Kyle
insane
Pitts,
how much faster people are getting.
His wingspan is 83 3/8 inch, which is that of a 6'11" man.
Fuck.
And that's 6'11" wingspan. And DK Metcalf broke the record for a wide receiver wingspan last year. And this is even like 2 inches more than that. So this motherfucker has literally like Anthony Davis arms. And he runs a 4.44 40-yard dash. That's like Adrian Peterson speed in his prime. And
I wonder what his hand strength is like, especially with those long arms. If he can just get that, that's gonna be vicious.
Oh yeah. And Noah Fant, who he plays for the Broncos, he is probably one of the fastest tight ends in the league. Everyone was freaking out when he ran a 4.5, and this guy ran a 4.44. So it's gonna be crazy seeing what he can do.
Kyle Pitts, does he go under pick 4 or over pick 4?
I think over pick 4 because the top 3 are going to be quarterbacks, right?
Well, the Falcons at 4.
The Falcons.
I think the Falcons are the first reasonable spot he could go.
Yeah, they're kind of a wild card who they could take.
Yeah, because every mock draft I see has them going quarterback, but for some reason, to me, the Falcons kind of seem like they're Matt Ryan dick riders for some reason.
For sure, they are.
And they wouldn't want to like put a young guy back there to make Matt Ryan all pissy.
Yeah.
but yeah, I could see if he doesn't go to the Falcons, which I could see, I think he's going to go to the Dolphins.
Oh man. What do the Dolphins pick at now?
6, I think.
6.
Didn't they? Oh no, they traded back up.
Yeah.
So I don't think he makes it past 6, sadly.
But how would the Dolphins use him? Because they have Mike Gesicki. Do a 2 tight end or maybe put him
because I don't think they're going to take one of the wide receivers because they just signed Will Fuller. You're not going to draft one of these like blue chip rookie wide receivers and put him in the slot. Yeah.
It will be interesting, just kind of briefly having touched on the Dolphins, to see Ryan Fitzpatrick at the helm at Washington.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm glad someone gave him a chance,
And he's got all kinds of weapons with Scary Terry and Paris Campbell. So he should have a decent shot at winning the NFC East.
What do you mean Scary Terry and Paris Campbell? It's got Scary Terry and Curtis Samuel.
Yeah. I'm thinking Ohio State guys. But Curtis Samuel. 4.2, 4.3 guys, fast.
Yeah.
You guys can continue, but I have to let Echo out. He's fucking bothering me, and I have not let him out yet. So I'll be right back.
All right. So next on the Draft Freaks is Jason Owa. And he's 6'5", 252, and ran a 4.36.
Yeah, he's big and fast.
Now, do you think you don't believe in Jason Owa, Hunter? You said he's overrated?
I think he might be a workout warrior, but I don't know if the stats really pop out for me. He might be an Aaron Maben type.
I don't think Aaron Maben was this big or this fast.
See,
but
I think we're We're putting our speed blinders on this year. Everybody's like, oh, these guys are just zipping around. And sometimes speed isn't everything.
Yeah, but he also benched 21 reps and had a 39.5-inch vertical.
Yeah.
If you can jump that high, your legs are pretty athletic, pretty fast.
Yeah, but can you sack a quarterback though?
I'm sure he can.
How many sacks does he have?
I mean,
2?
let's take a peek. Jason Owa stats. He has in 2020. Did he play any games? He had 0 sacks in 2020.
Ooh.
But in 2019, he had 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles.
Yeah, see, I'd like to see some more sacks from a pure speed rusher guy.
But now I do want to see what he did in 2020 because, yeah, he only played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He only played like 7 games because of the COVID. A lot of them were losses. So I don't think Penn State did too good as a whole. That might not be on him. Maybe their corners are trash. They're losing. They're getting blown out 41, 30, 35, 38, 36. Maybe he's got no one covering anybody. But it is concerning he didn't get any sacks there. What's PFF rate him?
I don't know. I'm not on PFF, but let's switch gears real quick. Because there's a guy who's high on both of our boards, and I don't think he has any reason to be.
Who's that?
Tommy Tremble.
Really?
Yeah, I think he sucks.
Now, why do you think that?
For one, he's got more drops than touchdowns.
All right.
For two, let me just read these stats for you. 2019, 16 receptions, 183 yards, 4 touchdowns. 2020, 19 receptions, 218 yards, 0 touchdowns. Like, I don't know.
Now, here's my thing, because I really like Tommy Tremble, but I wouldn't take him. I would take him maybe in the 3rd and probably in the 4th round. But I think he reminds me of George Kittle a lot because they're both 6'3". Tommy is 241. George is 247 weight-wise. Their hands are the same size. Tommy ran a 4.6. George ran a 4.52. Tommy's vertical is 36.5. George's was 35. Tommy had 2 more bench press, 20 versus 18. And Tremble only played 2 years of college. And in those 2 years, he had 35 receptions, 401 yards, and 4 touchdowns. George Kittle in 13 games, his sophomore and junior year, same age, was 21 receptions, 315, 6 touchdowns. So I think, and he's a tremendous blocker, Tommy. I watched a lot of videos of him blocking, and he's crazy. Like, he reminds me just of George Kittle, how he blocks. So I think it's hard to scout tight ends, especially when they're asked to block a lot in college. But he's athletic enough and he's got the blocking potential and he's fast enough that I would take him just off the blocking ability and the speed alone. And he's probably a project.
I think
But
he's got bust written all over him.
But I don't think you're a bust in the 3rd or 4th round. You know?
I mean, if you don't pan out, you are.
I just don't think you are. Because
Who is this now? Because I think I agree with what Austin's saying.
Tommy Tremble.
If you're going that deep.
No, dude. 3rd and 4th round, like 3rd round, you can still get like starters.
That's why I said I maybe would take him in the 3rd round. If it's late 3rd round, I would take him in the 4th, and I'd feel comfortable having a good blocker who, if I throw it to him, he can get good yards because he runs at 4.6, and I would take my chance on that. But I'd be happy with that. I do think it's like he's definitely not a sure thing given his college stats and, like you said, drops and stuff. But I think tight ends are like one of the harder positions to scout.
Not if they're from Iowa.
I don't know. George went in the 5th round.
Yeah, but TJ Blockinson, pretty good.
Yeah. No, he's great. but that's a first round pick, so you expect him to be great.
Who else went to Iowa?
Noah Fant.
Yeah, see? Just take who's going out of Iowa. Fine.
I mean, Hunter.
It's like Bama with the hosses. Just pick one out. Go into the farm where you see him feeding, and you just say, "I want that one."
As the
I'll
adage
get the
goes,
tags on their ears.
Draft the player, not the helmet. So don't be worried about what team. Don't be comparing Jason Owa to Aaron Maben just because they both went to Penn State. Don't be comparing Sam Darnold to all the other USC quarterbacks who sucked ass too. Don't be comparing Justin Field to every other Ohio State quarterback who was a big fat bust.
Unless they're Bama hosses, then you can compare them.
Yeah. Bama hosses running backs in particular. Wide receivers, Julio Jones, Devontae Smith.
PFF says, the bottom line, in the right scheme, Tremble could very easily take the torch from Kyle Juszczyk as the league's best fullback.
See? Kyle Juszczyk is a weapon, dude.
Oh, I guess.
I'd be happy with him in the 4th round.
See, I want Pat Freiermuth at the top of 2 or the second pick at 2, and then Tommy Tremble in the 4th.
My ideal, well, obviously Pitts is number 1. I really like Freiermuth, but I don't think he's definitely going to go top of the 2nd. So I don't think the Bills have any chance of getting him unless they trade up or took him first round, but I don't think they would. But now, how do you feel about Jamar Chase?
Best wide receiver in the class.
6 foot and 3/8 inches, 201 pounds, ran a 4.38 and has 41-inch vertical.
Yeah, he's the next Randy Moss.
Yeah, he's sick. He's good. And I think, you don't think the Dolphins would take that?
No, I think the Dolphins are going to take Kyle Pitts.
We'll see.
Because you have Devontae and Will Fuller. You're not going to make one of those guys your 3.
Maybe they just want to. I mean, you need 3 receivers.
I know, but
and I feel like Will Fuller, how much are they paying him? You can't trust Will Fuller. He's been hurt and he's done PEDs last season. Got suspended. So I think, and then plus he's getting older. I would take Jamar Chase and what is he, 20 years old? Get 10 years out of him.
Do players get tested year-round, or can you just do PEDs in the offseason?
It's random.
The testing starts on 4/20.
That's funny.
So you can get crazed all off-season, but then on 4/20 they start testing you.
Huh.
But yeah, most guys
blow up.
you can get away doing juice pretty easy. You can get away doing most stuff in the league pretty easy, I feel like, unless they randomly pop you and then they start doing it on a monthly basis or a weekly basis.
Yeah.
But now moving on to Jake's cousin, Jalen Phillips.
Yep.
He clocked in at 6'5", 260 pounds.
Surprisingly enough, when we were kids, I was the better athlete.
Yeah.
And then it was just the growth, shit happens. But that side of the family is a little bit better than.
He drank a lot more milk growing up, I believe.
Yeah, I was usually doing 2% when he started off with whole.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of starting behind anyways.
And that's why he has a 36-inch vertical, 21 bench press reps. And did he get a 40? Oh, yeah, 4.56.
Yeah, if I was starting off with whole milk, you'd be talking about me right now.
Some people say, barring all the injury concerns, he's the best defensive prospect in the draft.
Now, he is my favorite player in this draft for the Bills. I hope he slips down to 30. I've watched a lot of YouTube tape of him, and the way he uses his hands and how strong he is and how quick he is, there's just the moves he uses. He reminds me kind of like the Bosa brothers. Just they don't use their natural strength or speed to beat offensive tackles. They use their moves in their hands to chop their arms and stuff. And he does the same exact shit. I would be very happy if he slipped down to 30 and the Bills got him, and he's in my latest mock draft. But yeah, he's sick. He's a hoss. But now another one of these guys from Penn State is Micah Parsons. And he's 6'3", 245, and he ran a 4.39. So if you're looking for someone to cover Kyle Pitts or Travis Kelce or George Kittle, I mean, this guy has the intangibles to do it. I don't know how good his real coverage skills are. How do you feel about Micah Parsons, Hunter?
He's the next Bobby Wagner.
You think so?
Yeah.
What about
That's my pro comp for Micah Parsons.
B-Wags?
Yeah. Best current player at the position. Well, probably not current.
Not anymore. Devin White, maybe,
No.
in my opinion.
Fred Warner.
Fred Warner's up there. Now, what about Patrick Surtain? How'd you feel about his pro day?
Good, I guess.
Well, I know
If
you
he-
like
If he's on
corners.
the freaks list, it's probably pretty good. But, he's not the best corner in the draft.
Who do you think is?
J.C. Horn.
Really?
Yeah. Jake, who do you think the best corner in the draft is?
Probably Irving Fitzwillie. I don't know.
Who?
Irving Fitzwillie. He's like real. Like, you got to dig deep to find his stuff. But he's good when he's in the game. He's good.
A deep sleeper, you say?
Yeah. But he's gonna be similar, probably skill like athleticism of maybe Megatron, with the smarts of Tom Brady. Again, it's when he's not injured, he's a game changer.
Interesting.
PFF has no pro comparison for Micah Parsons.
You don't see, I see probably more of a Telvin Smith, but a Haas here.
So you think he's going to be diddling 16-year-olds?
No, but I'm saying if there's a 17-year-old and her birthday's in a week, you might go for it.
That's terrible.
But Patrick Surtain is 6'2", 208, ran a 4.42, has a 39-inch vertical, was absolutely jacked. You don't think he's the best corner?
No.
I mean, I could see J.C. Horn too, but I think they're both really good. They're both probably going to go first round. I mean, Surtain's going to go top 10 or 15. Probably.
Okay. So the Patrick Surtain pro comparison, Trumaine Johnson.
That's trash. That's a bad comparison. Who's writing for PFF nowadays?
Mike Renner.
Hunter, do you want to go over your mock draft here?
Yeah, I want to see J.C. Horn's pro comp though.
What if it's Jason Sehorn?
It's not. It's Drake or Patrick.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Who's the other guy? The other corner? There's like 3 who are going to go in the first round.
Oh, man. I don't know, because everything I've seen, the corners are all mixed up.
Well, there's 3 who are going first round for sure. Surtain, Horn, and somebody else. You don't know?
Caleb Farley, Virginia
Yes.
Tech. There's also Tyson Campbell from Georgia.
Okay. Yeah, let me look at Farley real quick.
Eric Stokes. Eric Stokes ran like a 4.25.
Yeah. Caleb Farley's pro player comparison is Jimmy Smith.
Well, I'd rather have Jimmy Smith than Tremaine Johnson.
Or Drake Kirkpatrick.
Maybe. I don't know. Drake Kirkpatrick has more hands than Jimmy Smith.
I don't know. But this was a bit of a a goose mock because Kyle Pitts won't be there at 9. The Jags won't trade back into the top 10. So, Trevor Lawrence, Kyle Pitts, Jalen, Phillips, Kadarius Toney. It'd be a pretty cool draft, but I don't think it's going to happen. Also, Kadarius Toney, I don't know if you've seen any pictures of him, but he looks like Kodak Black. Like Kadarius Toney is crazy looking.
Oh man, I haven't seen it. But he does go to Florida, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
But now, so the Jags really have the 25th pick.
Yeah.
Who do you think they would get there? What have you seen there?
Did you look them up, Jake?
Yeah.
Let me just run through a quick PFF mock draft simulator real quick, Austin. I'll tell you exactly who they'd get at 25. My dream pick at 25 would be Trevon Moehrig out of TCU, the safety, but I don't think he's going to be there. I have a feeling he's going to go to the Raiders.
Yeah.
So that would suck. I really hope he's there. But, okay, I have this on fast. Super fast. Okay, here we go. So, I'm going to take Trevor Lawrence with the first pick, obviously.
Or Zach Wilson, maybe.
No, but I did watch Zach Wilson's pro day, and it's kind of scary because he's making a lot of cool, really awesome throws.
Yeah.
Okay, so at 25, there's a lot of talent left on the board.
Yeah.
I think they would be looking at a Greg Rousseau, a Jalen Phillips, a Jason Owe, or out of all of those players who I would probably pick, if not Jason Phillips, Azeez Ojulari from Georgia.
Yeah. So you're thinking edge rusher.
I'm thinking something on the defensive line or a linebacker at 25 for sure. Because you're not going to take a tackle because you just franchised Cam Robinson. So I don't see him taking an O lineman there. And unless Moehrig is there, I don't see him taking anybody else except for a linebacker or a defensive lineman.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it.
Yeah. Like if Christian Barrymore is there, consider that a lock.
Really? You think they need an inside hoss?
Yeah. They don't have any good young inside hosses except for Taven Bryan.
Yeah. I mean, it's always, you can never go wrong trying to get better hosses.
Yeah. Urban says it starts on the Losses. He just put up a big banner, or not a banner, but like a display in the practice facility about +2 mentality.
Really?
You guys know what +2 mentality is?
Being so large that you're the size of two people?
No, it's like if Urban Meyer tells you to do like 20 push-ups, you do 22 push-ups.
Ah.
I think it should be a ×2 or maybe squared.
If you're drinking 24 beers, you should drink 26 beers.
Yeah, that's the +2 mentality.
If you're having sex with your girlfriend, you should have sex with 3 girls at the same time.
That does, you guys are understanding the mentality.
This is the kind of coach I want to play for.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to commit a crime, you might as well commit 3 crimes while you're at it.
I mean, if you're going to go to jail, why not do the sentences all at once?
Yeah, if you're going to go to jail for 3 years, just go for 5 years.
Yeah. Same.
But like I said, this draft, pretty goose filled. I don't think any of those people are going to be there. Jalen Phillips would be cool, but I am worried about his injury history. But I think the week before the actual draft, we'll each probably do our own mock draft for our favorite team. And then I would like to do one where we just do the first round like we do like every 3 picks or something.
We'll do a live one on Discord, and we'll have one person make the picks for us.
Yeah. How would that be possible?
With the screen share.
I thought that didn't work.
I mean, we'll have to test it, I said earlier. But what do you think of my mock draft that I did at 6:29 a.m. this morning?
I think It's pretty good, except
So for the listeners, I got Jalen Phillips at pick 30. At pick 61, Quinn Meiners. I don't remember how this guy's last name goes, but he's like a D2 Haas out of Wisconsin Whitewater, and he absolutely crushed at like what is it, the Senior Bowl or whatever it is. But in the third round, I have Tyler Shelvin, who is an absolute dump truck Haas from LSU.
Oh yeah, I saw that
defensive
picture. That's
tackle.
awesome.
Yeah. And then I got Tommy Tremble in the 5th round and Marco Wilson in the 6th. But go on, Hunter. What were you saying?
No, I think it's fine. Although instead of a Quinn Miners, I think you should probably have been looking at like the Bama center, or maybe even waited and then taken like a Ben Cleveland. Because if you want to talk about Tyler Shelvin being a mountain of a man, Ben Cleveland.
So I don't know who this Bama center is you're talking about, but this guy right here, this Quinn Miners guy, I'm a big fan of him. I think he's going to be kind of like an Ali, what's his name, Marpet, because he was a D2 guy and he did the same thing, blew up all these D1 guys at the Senior Bowl or whatever. And he just reminds me of him. He's just a super strong hoss. But I do like Ben Cleveland as well because he's got some of that Brandon Brooks girth.
I'm talking about Landon Dickerson from Alabama.
See, I don't like guys with the last
That's
name
a Haas
Dickerson.
name.
He is the most dominant center PFF has ever graded, they say.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. That's what they say. I don't know.
I will say we could probably pop in this Tyler Shelvin picture at the moment because he looks like a fucking ogre of a man.
Yeah.
Speaking of popping in, I feel like I gotta pop a poopy.
Well, can you hold on to it?
A little bit, I guess.
All right. I feel like we're getting down there. Well, let's talk about Tyler Shelvin real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope that because I mean, clearly he's going to be successful in the NFL. Like he's fucking huge.
Well, look at his muffin top. He's got one of those muffin tops that doesn't look very squishy. Like it's.
Oh no, that's hard. That is rock hard.
And that's what I like my hosses.
Yeah, I just hope that afterwards there's a CBS hit series called Young Shelvin. And it's just like Young Sheldon, but it's about being a grown man as a child.
Now,
Young Shelvin?
Yeah.
The most impressive thing to me about this 6'2", 350-pound hoss is that he
looks
ran
like Godzilla in Godzilla versus.
He does.
He does. He ran the 40 in 4.4 or 5.45.
Oh my god! I was like,
yeah, no. 5.45.
Oh fuck.
That's pretty fast.
That's still pretty fast.
This guy looks like just like look at his legs and his calves and his biceps. He's just like a toad. But he also I don't know why he didn't do the bench press. Maybe he didn't want to embarrass any of his teammates.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're not drafting this guy for his bench press. You're drafting him.
Well, he does have that little elbow sleeve on, so maybe he has
tendonitis.
Weak elbow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tennis elbow.
Yeah, I would let him slip to the 3rd round.
My booty is hurting.
Do you want to take a poo break?
Well, yeah.
No,
I mean, I guess
if I have to, I'll just bring you guys with me.
Okay.
Oh.
That'd be the first ever live poo. Oh, so scroll back up to F.A. Obata. I wanted to talk about this guy real quick. So,
is this where are they now?
Kinda. So this guy, the Bills just signed him a couple weeks ago, and I never heard of him, so I looked him up, and he has a pretty insane story. So
how insane?
He was born in Nigeria.
Classic.
He moved to the Netherlands at age 8, and him and his sister were taken from his mother and human trafficked to London, where he was left abandoned and homeless on the streets. And he basically like lived in an office building, went to like 10 different foster homes. And then he began playing football, like American football. He found this team called the London Warriors, a British American football team. and like he's like a grown ass man at this point. He plays 5 games as a tight end and a defensive end. Only 5 games of football in his whole life. Never played before, never as a kid, never watched it or anything. And the London Warriors defensive coordinator used to be an intern with the Dallas Cowboys. So he calls up Jerry and says, "This kid's a freak of nature. Like, you need to check him out." So the Cowboys end up signing him as part of like the league's like international player development program. And he plays on their practice squad. He signs for a year, and then he's on the Chiefs and Falcons practice squads. And then eventually in 2017, the Panthers sign him to their active roster. And he's still learning how to play football this entire time. Like, he never played as a kid. He never played in high school or college. So he sits for 2 years, and then last year he played in 16 games, only started 1, but he got 5.5 sacks. But it was the last year of his contract, and the Bills just signed him. So I watched some highlights of him, and he is big, strong, fast, and he looks like he's learning actual pass rush moves. I think he might be a pretty good steal. Like, I'm really excited to see him play. But he is 28 years old, but he hasn't played football his whole life, so he's still learning. He hasn't been hurt.
Like a real Ziggy Ansah type.
Yeah.
That's a pretty sweet story.
I'm definitely excited to see what he does on the Bills, and I thought his story was just crazy.
So I popped a realistic Jags mock draft in there that I just did.
This is one that you did while you had to poo?
Yeah, which I'm currently doing right now.
No, Hunter, this, I don't know. Well, I guess it's possible.
What do you mean you don't know?
What, the Jags have the 33rd pick too?
Why wouldn't they have the first pick in the second round?
That's crazy. No, this would be a pretty spicy draft.
I know, it's good, isn't it?
So Trevor at number 1, Jalen Phillips at number 25, Pat Fryermuth at 33, Javon Holland at 45.
Now, keep in mind, the thing about Javon Holland is he'd be a safety for the Jags.
Isn't he? He's kind of, is he talked about as like a high, like he could play safety right now?
Yeah, I honestly don't know why he's in there as a corner, because I think he primarily played safety.
I'm pretty sure. Let me look up what he just did.
And Ardarius Washington, he's only so low on draft boards because he's only 5'8". But wasn't Bob Sanders like 5'6" or something?
He was like 5'7", 5'8", I think. He was tiny.
Oh, this is gonna be spicy.
Now, this is technically our Easter special, this cast.
Oh, yeah.
So happy Easter, everybody.
Yeah, happy Easter.
I mean, it might be after Easter, so.
It'll totally be after Easter.
But, oh, yeah, Javon Holland. So they're saying he's 6 foot, 207 pounds, and he ran a 4.45, broad jumped 10.6, and has a 35.5-inch vertical.
Yeah.
Maurice Jones-Drew touts him as the best defensive player in the entire class.
That's wild. See, I love Mojo, but his takes are pretty bad a lot of the time.
Yeah. Well, the Jags get a steal at 45.
Yeah. But no, I think this is honestly like, so ESPN 690 in Jacksonville, Action Sports Jacks.
Yeah.
Brett Martineau and Austin Lane, a former linebacker of the Jags, do like a Jags 4-hour radio show every day. And they do a segment called Shock Your Mock. And I've been trying to get my mock shocked, but Austin Lane won't respond to my messages.
Have you tried threats?
No.
Oh, you should try it.
But I do think that not only do we get a bunch of good players here, each pick fills a need, which is important. Trevor, obviously, Jalen fills up that D line. Pat, we get a good tight end. We get 2 starting safeties, some linebacker depth, tight end depth, a good running back to sit behind James Robinson, and Shakur Brown, who didn't play a lot, but is a very good cornerback.
I like him. I'd be so butthurt if the Jags drafted Phillips, Fryermuth, and Tommy Tremble, because they do pick ahead of the Bills in all of those, unless the Bills took him in Fryermuth in the first, but I think that'd be a bad value.
The only ones that I can see them actually taking for sure, I think they're obviously taking Trevor. That's basically like a fact at this point. And Pat, I think somebody who Urban hired in their staff was Pat Fryermuth's tight end coach. So I think he's going to be the pick at 33.
He's a hoss. Yeah, he's good. But while you're taking a poopsie, we should move on to the whoopsie. And the whoopsie of the week is Marshawn Lattimore was arrested during a traffic stop in which the cops found a loaded handgun in his possession. And the cops say the gun was found to be stolen out of Euclid, Ohio. The three other people
I
in the
think
vehicle,
everything in Euclid, Ohio is stolen.
Yeah. I mean, technically, the entire land of the United States was stolen from the Native Americans. So they should just release him.
Yeah, or arrest everybody.
Yeah, just arrest everybody.
So, wait a second. 2 men were arrested for having weapons while under disability?
Yeah, I was wondering if they're like mentally handicapped or if they were on the drugs or if their legs didn't work or you know what what I was trying to read into that. This is from TMZ, by the way, so you know it's real news.
Yeah.
Do you know what TMZ stands for?
Too much Zabadoo.
Yeah.
Nope.
What?
30-mile zone.
What? They're always in a 30-mile zone of the action?
No, apparently like TMZ got their start because they would just like hang out in LA, like snapping pictures of celebrities. And I guess there's this like street or something in LA where it's a 30-mile zone. And that's where they got most of their stuff at a certain time.
Dirt.
Yeah, but now they're all just like web people. So
that's interesting. And then, so yeah, Marshawn Lattimore. Come on, dude.
Sneak peek.
You're rich enough, you don't have to buy a stolen gun. Unless you want one without serial numbers, so you can shoot someone and just throw it in the trash.
What if Marshawn Lattimore is on some sort of list to where he can't get a gun?
Yeah, he might be. I don't know.
What if he has mental health?
Austin, you might have to send me this file because I just now clicked it to gallery view.
Oh, that's
yeah. Okay. I am recording, so we'll be good.
Yeah.
And we do have the Google Docs or the Google Drive now. But moving on, I wanted to talk about like what you guys think the 2021 QB rankings are.
Yeah.
Because I've seen pretty much everybody has different lists on this. I don't know when this Chris Sims take was from, but he's got Zach Wilson at 1, Trevor at 2, Mac Jones at 3, Kellen Mond at 4, Justin at 5, and Trey Lance at 6. So, I mean, I feel like this draft is weird. Like, there's not a really good consensus on anybody at all. Like, to have Justin Fields at 5, that's pretty crazy.
I mean, I think. Well, I mean, I guess I'll just give my list.
Yeah.
I think Trevor is the consensus number 1 because he's been under so much scrutiny and pressure his whole year. What, Austin?
You're taking a shit right now.
Well, no, I'm wiping my booty.
Oh, in that case, it's
yeah.
Go on. Trevor, if you had a tushy, you wouldn't have to wipe your butt. You just
wish I had a tushy.
They're only $99.
I know. I'm saving up money right now, but Trevor's the consensus number 1. He's been in the spotlight since like before high school, and he has, consistently done what he had to do.
Yeah.
And he's with all the media attention and whatnot, like he's pro ready. He can just step in and nothing's going to bother him. I do think Zach Wilson is the 2 because of the throws he can make. I put Justin Fields at 3, Trey Lance 4 for potential, and Mac Jones at 5.
Really?
Yeah. And Kellen Mond isn't really on my list.
Kellen Mond, yeah, he's...
See, I'm tired of the Mac Jones Tom Brady comps because like Mac Jones is playing like every weapon he has is going to go in the first or second round.
Yeah. Now, I also agree that Trevor Lawrence is number one. I just feel like how many games has this dude lost in his life? Like you could count on one hand, probably.
I
I
think
mean,
high school and college he's like 48-4 or
yeah,
something.
he's literally like a prodigy. Like he's what Peyton Manning was like when he was coming out. Like he's always been 5-star, always been top notch, like jumped right in as like an 18-year-old, I'm pretty sure, in college starting. So I really don't think you can go wrong. Like he's huge. He's got good arm strength. He's a decent athlete. And then after that, that's where it gets crazy because I think that I think Zach Wilson, I see the throws and the spiral and the zip on the ball, and he looks so accurate.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when he just like from any position he can make like Mahomes type throws, like he's off balance and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just it's pretty good. Like
But
Huffy will be like, "Oh, watch the Coastal Carolina." I think it's somewhere he played and he had like a bad game on the stat sheet. But if you watch the game, like he's still making really, really crazy good throws.
now I just have a feeling that he's going to be a bust. But I don't know if that's just a weird gut instinct, or maybe it's because he's wearing a headband and it makes me think of Baker Mayfield in like
Baker Mayfield's not a bust though.
but I just don't think he's going to be the number one quarterback out of this draft.
Me neither.
So, I don't know where I'd place him. I'd place him anywhere from 2 to 4 on the list. But the thing is, I like Justin Fields a lot, but I also remember what our boy said on the Pat McAfee show about him being the last one in, first one out kind of guy.
Yeah, and even besides that, I think like the good of Justin Fields is really good, but the bad of Justin Fields is like super duper bad.
Yeah, I think his deep ball is insane, and I think he's extremely athletic. I could see him at least doing like what Jalen Hurts was doing towards the end of the year last year.
Yeah, like if you were San Francisco, I don't know why you wouldn't take Justin Fields. Just have him running around with Kyle Shanahan.
And so I think, they got to take Zach Wilson, or so the Jets pick 2, right? You think
Yeah.
the Jets take Zach Wilson?
So you would think so, but all over the Jets like season ticket renewal page right now
Yeah.
is Sam Darnold pictures.
Uh,
So I don't know if that's like to make his trade value higher or what, but I don't know. And rumor has it, no matter what the Jets do, rumor has it from multiple sources the 49ers traded up for Mac Jones.
Now I've heard a lot of good things about Mac Jones because I heard that when Bill O'Brien went to Alabama, that they sat him down with Mac Jones and Mac Jones taught him their entire offense. So you look at that kind of guy who's like, he's the first one and last one out kind of guy versus Justin Fields. Now I know Mac Jones has the bitch tits and he doesn't have a strong arm and he has all the NFL talent in the world. But I do see the Tom Brady comparisons because when I watch him, just the way he moves in the pocket and just like the balls of the throws, like the balls he has to make the throws, it reminds me of Tom Brady. Like he'll see a guy like completely covered and he throws into the window, but he's nothing special athletically. So
Mac Jones's comparison is Derek Carr.
I don't see that because Derek Carr is pretty athletic and he's strong as hell. His arm is a cannon. Mac Jones doesn't really have that good of an arm. I don't think. Like his deep ball's not that good.
Doing a little bit of research, if even 3 or 4 of these players pan out like people are expecting,
Yeah.
could be one of the top quarterback draft classes of all time.
It looks really good on paper compared compared to other ones, but
That's the thing. Football ain't played on paper.
yeah. I
It's
mean,
played on the turf
and
or
then
grass.
when I look at Trey Lance, he kind of reminds me a little bit of Josh Allen, just like how athletic he is and how strong he is. And I feel like if you took him and you like had him sit for a year or two and you put him in the right system and didn't ruin him early on, you could develop him into a pretty good quarterback. Probably better than some of these other guys. But he's
You
not
know
going to be
what-
able to play right away.
You know what Mac Jones 40 was?
4.7 something, right?
4.68.
4.68.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, he's more athletic than he looks. He just has bitch tits.
Not as fast as Felipe Franks.
How fast is Felipe Franks and who is Felipe Franks?
You don't know Felipe Franks?
No.
Speedy Gonzalez, his cousin?
He was a Florida quarterback who wasn't good. He was a long-haired guy,
Yeah.
but he transferred to Arkansas. He ran a 4.5.
Wow. So Mac Jones, I mean, I would probably go Trevor 1, Mac Jones 2. Now, I do think Mac Jones has a much lower floor than some of these other guys, but I think he's got a high ceiling. He's got something about the intangibles.
If anything, I think Mac Jones has a high floor, low ceiling.
Now, I'd probably put Zach Wilson 3, Justin Fields 4, but I think they're pretty interchangeable. Trey Lance 5, but I think Trey Lance has the highest ceiling. Maybe out of all these guys except for Trevor. Like I feel like if you developed him right, but then I also think he has the lowest floor. But Kellen Mond, I feel like he's a solid quarterback. I watched him play a lot at Texas A&M, and I feel like he'd be like a Jacoby Brissett kind of guy. Like I feel like he's not a starter.
I think you got to watch some more Zach Wilson tape.
I mean, I've watched a lot of his stuff, and he's got some sick highlights. I just have a weird feeling. It's nothing. It's just a bro football focus take, dude. It's just a real bro science. I feel like he's going to be a bust.
Do we want to hit this 49ers news and hit the game before y'all got to go?
Oh, yeah. We kind of talked about the 49ers. But essentially, I watched a thing with Kyle Shanahan, and he was saying, he was pretty honest. He said, we want a quarterback of the future, blah, blah, blah. Like, but we'd also like to keep Jimmy and have him teach the guy for a year. So I think the 49ers are asking for a first-round pick right now for Jimmy Garoppolo. So I feel like they're trying to price him out of a trade this year, take a quarterback, have him sit under Jimmy G, have him play good this year, and then trade him for more value next year when their rookie's more ready to go. So that leads me to think that they wouldn't be taking Mac Jones or anyone who would hop right in. They'd probably be taking Zach Wilson or like Trey Lance, maybe, who would, need some more time to learn the system.
Oh,
Do you just
I'm have to poopy again?
What do you
Jesus
think?
Christ.
What do you think about that, though?
I mean, I don't think they would take Mac Jones. I think they would take Justin Fields and like let Jimmy try it, but like the moment he's not doing what they need him to do, they'd pull him. Or when he gets injured, which is pretty probable.
Yeah. So you think they'd take Justin Fields? Well, yeah, if Zach Wilson's not there.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see them taking Justin Fields or Trey Lance. I just don't see them taking Mac Jones. I feel like you might as well just keep Jimmy G if you're going to take Mac Jones.
Yeah, I think Mac Jones is going 15 to the Patriots.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Follow the hosses now. But that'll probably be in my our simulated drafts when we do that.
Gotcha.
Speaking of simulation, do you want to hop into your fun game of the week, Jake?
Oh yeah. which is now a VR. So put your VR headsets on and hop into the game bus.
Oh, you don't have an
Wait.
Oculus?
When did you develop that?
It literally this morning when Austin was doing the Google Doc, I was developing a VR fun game of the week.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I didn't know we had those capabilities.
But yeah, so this fun game of the week is top 3 team mascots. Let's go Austin Hunter me because I feel like I will probably cuck Hunter. So I'll put him first. So Austin, give me your number 3.
Coming at number 3 on my list is
Jackson?
Sir Purr. And I just like him because his name's funny. There's nothing really.
You've seen the video with Robbie Anderson, right?
Yeah, Robbie Anderson didn't know who Sir Purr was.
So what's that? Sir Purr, dog. Sir Purr.
But yeah,
Right.
I just like, alliteration and rhyme and, reason.
Definitely.
So my number 3 is also pretty much just because I like the name. My number 3 is the Steelers mascot, Steely McBeam.
Yeah.
That's a hilarious name. And it's even more funny because it's just like it's a human with like a steel rod.
Wow. I've never seen Steely McBeam before. And I've been
Yeah.
to some Steelers games.
So that's Steely McBeam.
I mean, that's just the heart and the vibe of Pittsburgh right there.
Yeah.
My number 3, one, because he looks cool. And I think the second iteration, they added, it's literally the same mascot, but they just made his eyes a little angrier. And this is hometown hero, Miles, the Denver Broncos mascot. He's a horse with pads on, and he looks pretty jacked too. But you can see the old one. See how kind of pansy he looks, and like his hair's all crazy.
Yeah.
And then you have the new Miles, hair slicked back, angry, showing those chompers.
Stud.
Yeah, clearly.
Wow.
You gonna pop it in there, Jake?
I did. It's in there.
I don't see it.
You don't see it? Oh, I did 2. Go below my name. On to the next page. It's a big picture.
I still don't see it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it,
Really?
Jake.
Huh. Oh, it says it's saving right now.
Well, while
Oh.
Jake figures that out, I'm
Jake
gonna
saw the
move.
10,000
Meanwhile,
megapixel
Google.
image.
Yeah, no, it is literally like a 4K image.
Coming in at number 2 on my list is a
there we go,
hometown hero, and that guy.
I definitely like the one on the right a lot more. The one on the
You
left
do?
looks devious.
Yeah,
Yeah, the one on the right looks like this is like a Pinky in the Brain situation. And the one on the right is totally Pinky.
No, the one on the right is like definitely a mascot. He's definitely just like, hey guys, I'm the Denver Broncos mascot.
I wouldn't want to
And
catch
then-
the
and then
guy
the
on the
one on the
left in
left,
a dark
yeah.
alleyway.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck's up?
Kids.
Beat your ass.
Yeah, not a cute mascot there. All right. Coming in at number 2 on my list is Billy the Buffalo. And he's just, I love going to the Bills games and seeing Billy the Buffalo out there having a great time with the children. He's just a happy little guy.
He looks more like a bear than a buffalo.
Well, he's actually a bison.
Well, okay. My number 2 is a bit of a curveball because I don't know that he was ever actually their mascot, but my
Yeah.
number 2 is Snowflake, the Miami Dolphins dolphin that was stolen by Ray Finkel.
Yeah.
So Snowflake is a very quintessential part of that team. They started losing when he was stolen. So Snowflake is definitely my number 2.
What if that's why the Dolphins have been dookie ever since? Maybe they don't have an actual dolphin mascot.
That fucking helmet on that dog. And it's clearly a backwards helmet.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's just an old ass
They need to get one that like straps around his head.
helmet.
Now
That's
cool.
fucking awesome. So my number 2 is
Yeah, I know. I
also
think it's just
Steely
like
McBean.
tilted on a weird one. Really?
Yeah, and the reason why is because he literally is just blue collar, coming straight off the mill right after work, grabbing his terrible towel, still bringing the steel beam, which I mean, a steel beam that size has to be 300 pounds.
Now, if they knew what they were doing, they would make his helmet one of those hats that has the beer holders and the sippy straw and put a couple icy lights in that bad Chad.
Yep.
And sign a deal with Icy Light, get him a couple million.
Oh, I'm sure they got something going on with Icy Light.
Yeah.
Then he's got just to have Steely McBeam's jawline, like he looks like the Crimson Chin. Like I don't have that.
Steely McBeam.
Now, my number 1, I don't know if this is technically a mascot, but the Minnesota Vikings have this super fan, and his name is Sid Davey. But this guy's just some hoss that wears a Vikings helmet and shows up at every game and has the Vikings logo tattooed on his bicep and the NFL logo tattooed on the other one.
I don't think that counts because the Vikings.
Yeah, I think it has to be saved for the super fans list.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Like
my.
The Vikings definitely have a mascot.
Well, I feel like if you can use Snowflake, I can use this hoss.
But that's a person. Snowflake is an actual dolphin.
Oh, that's a dolphin.
Well, I mean, Snowflake is a dolphin actor.
Yeah, but this guy has dedicated his life to being the Vikings guy.
It'll slide this time.
I'm pretty sure one time I watched them let him ride out onto the field on a motorcycle.
Oh, that's more than just a fan. Then you can go on the field.
Yeah.
But I guess you can't use him for super fans list. We'll do that. That'll be the contingency.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, in 2015, the Vikings dropped their mascot Ragnar after he reportedly asked for $20,000 a game. Yeah. And Ragnar is the guy who was riding on the motorcycle, Austin, not that guy.
My memory is failing me, I guess.
A liar.
Listen, Ragnar, we love you, but $20,000 a game.
Why pay Ragnar $20K a game when this guy's paying $300 for 50-yard line tickets every game for free?
He has season tickets. That's
the real Ragnar in there.
Let's see what Oh, but he's a dude.
Yeah, I know he's a dude, but he's still like the official team mascot.
Yeah, but that guy doesn't even have the logo tattooed on his arm.
You don't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, you could convince me that the Austin's dude is more Ragnar than Ragnar.
Yeah.
Maybe.
If these two dudes had a drunken bar fight, I guarantee you the first guy would kick that guy's ass.
That'd be sick.
Maybe. But either way, my number 1, probably no surprises. He wins the best mascot in the NFL competition all the time because he's cool and does a bunch of cool stuff. Number 1 mascot in the NFL is clearly Jackson DeVille. He is the only mascot that I know in the NFL that consistently does like crazy stunts every game. Like every single game, for no reason, to start the game, he will be like on top of the stadium lights and like bungee jump into the stadium. I've been there. I've seen that. I've seen him skydive into the stadium. I've seen him get paintballed at the stadium. Jackson DeVille's real cool.
Yeah.
He goes in the pool sometimes.
No, I really like Jackson DeVille. I actually was going to put him on my list, but I knew for sure that you would have him on your list, so I didn't want to be overlap.
He is the best mascot in the NFL, no question.
I've definitely seen some of his pregame antics before.
Yeah, he's always making fun bets with the other mascots in the AFC South.
Now, do you think he's getting paid that $20,000 a year or a game?
Yeah.
I mean, 17 times 20. I'm no mathematician, but that's a lot of money.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, while the information is going on, he's also my number 1, which is why I moved myself. Again, because
$400 an hour.
An hour.
Yeah.
How much?
Does that count
$400.
pregame?
400.
Yeah.
My God.
Damn.
Man,
That's,
NFL game's only 3 hours.
Yeah, one of the first ever NFL mascot things I ever saw was when Hunter showed me a video of him skydiving into the stadium.
That's gotta be dangerous in a suit like that.
Yeah. How the fuck can you see? And plus, like, my whole thing is how many dives you have to do to solo dive.
Yeah.
So
They
that
probably
means
put
that
like
he
a
was
Navy
putting in the
SEAL
work.
in there.
Oh.
You think it's a different guy every game?
No,
know.
it was one guy consistently for a super long time, but I think it's a new guy now.
Wow.
Yeah, super impressive. Echo, please be quiet.
Jake,
I'm
I'm
starting
gonna
a
pop.
fucking podcast.
I'm gonna pop a different picture in for you, so we don't have the same pics.
Yeah, totally.
Oh no.
But
I went off of the dock.
But there it is.
Yep.
The first game for the fans to come back.
Yeah, you gotta see this pic though. This one's good. It might be even better than the pic I popped in.
Echo, relax. What the fuck is he doing? Hey.
Well, I think it's not a
Come
bad
here.
first
Come on.
cast
Come on.
back
Out.
After our audio
No,
issue.
no.
Oh, this is legal?
Whoa, what?
He's
Wow.
pretty
Was he
cool.
shaved or something?
I think that's just without.
Is that the bit? He's like, somebody shaved me? Because he clearly has fur all over his body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his fresh kicks. Those are like Jordans.
Do you like how his spots are teal?
Oh, yeah.
He's
And how his sunglasses, the stems go like sideways.
He's got Slurms McKenzie sunglasses.
They should have put
And he's
more cheeks
also-
on him.
He's also in the middle picture holding up a little version of himself.
Yeah, he is. Wow.
Actually, that'll be mine. So ours can be different. Mine will be little Jackson DeVille.
I'm gonna have to watch some Jackson DeVille highlights now.
Yeah.
But there it is.
But yeah, thanks for coming along. That was fun. Hopefully this works out, unlike last time.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll
sure
You
will.
can always rely on Zoom.
We'll see about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for coming along. Find us on YouTube where you found us. Find us on Instagram at Bro Football Focus and on Twitter, Bro Football Focus with 1L.
Yeah.
Watch our videos that aren't just sexy time videos.
Yeah, no, that's pretty fucking hilarious.
But also keep watching that one.
Yeah,
It'll
totally keep
blow
watching that one. But it's like, oh, hi, ladies. 3,000 views. People talking.
The thumbnails for this one should just be the mascots.
Yeah.
It's totally.
I'll try to do clips of it.
Yeah, maybe we'll start doing a different format for the thumbnails. It might be a thumbnail thing. But
All right.
But yeah, it's funny
Wow.
that video gets 1,000 times the views of some of the other videos.
Happy
10,000% each increase.
and
But yeah, happy Easter. Eat your eggs. Bye.
next time.